Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Karen Burchill, Creative Katie. Today we are going to create a cosmic background, and here it is. Isn't it absolutely gorgeous? Lots of layers, so let's get started. So I am starting with this rice paper from Stamperia. Now with rice papers, everybody, we don't have to use them in their entirety. You can see I've used a portion of this on a different project, and now I'm just going to use this half planet. Now I'm water cutting this. I'm using a round brush and a lot of water and using my nails to peel it apart. You can cut this with scissors, but I prefer to get this deckled edge. I just think it looks more natural on the page. So on this one, I kind of have an idea. I want the planet there. I want the stencils down below from Dina Wakley. I have this galaxy stencil from TCW. And I have an idea. I don't always. And some of the ideas and things that I am thinking right now happen and some do not. So I traced out where that planet is going, and now I am stenciling using the Galaxy stencil from the Crafter's Workshop. And I'm doing this in black. Now this is the first layer. So whatever you put first is going to get knocked back by layers that go in front of it. You'll see what I mean. And I'm using the black because I want it to stand out, but I don't want this in my front and center. Everything we add is going to add something. But it's going to combine to make that rich, layered, cosmic, ethereal background. So I'm just giving this a quick dry. This stencil, before I go on, I want to use some of these stars that's also part of this galaxy stencil. Now I've done cosmic backgrounds before, so I'm challenging myself to do something different here. So I'm using the stencils in a different way. Here, this stencil is called Calm, and I thought it looked kind of Milky Way-ish, ethereal, and I am putting thick gesso through this stencil, and I'm just putting it with my finger. Some places are getting a little bit thicker, some are a little thinner. The paint or color medium that I'm going to use is going to adhere and react differently on the gessoed area than on the raw paper. This is my 9x12 Canson Mixed Media page. I did not gesso this first. So I'm adding this two different places. This is going to add texture and pattern. And you'll see that wherever it went over that galaxy stencil, the first stencil, it's knocked it back. Now I want to glue that partial planet down, but I realized I kind of overlapped and I don't want that dark to show. So I just grabbed some gesso or white paint and I'm just knocking that back. And then I'm using my fluid matte medium and I'm going to glue that rice paper planet down. Now the colors that are on this rice paper have inspired me. I am going to use those colors, and I have chosen to use my Inktense Blocks as the primary color medium. I've chosen a yellow, kind of a Naples yellow, and a light blue, and a dark, almost midnight blue. And I'm just testing them out there. I'm scribbling this on, activating it with water with my finger, and letting it blend right on the page. So you get some of those green tones and you get different tones. And while this is sped up here, this is really random and so super easy. I'm just adjusting it as I go. Now, when they first come on, they might dry a little bit lighter, so you can go back in and add more color to deepen the color. And I just play with it building lights and darks in my background. In a minute, I'm going to show you what you can do if you get color where you don't want color, or you decide, oh, I wish I had a different color there. Because you can always tweak it. As soon as I add that dark, dark blue there, it just makes the bright, the yellow and the blue there, stand out all the more. You need contrast to make interest on your page. Now, I'm not sure what to do, so I'm edging the paper with that darkest blue with the Inktense block, and then I'm just activating it with my finger in water. Then I'm outlining my planet. I'm trying to decide, am I done with the background? What do I want to add next? So here, there was that dark area, and I wanted a little more yellow there, so I just grabbed some gesso. I put the gesso on, dried it, and then I can come back and put the Inktense block on top and some of the blue. And now I have color where I want color. So this stencil mask is from Dina Wakley. I've had it for years, and I'm just positioning it, thinking, but you know, I want more interest in my background. So I grabbed this stamp set. It's also from Stamperia, and it's called Clocks and Borders. And I'm putting black acrylic paint on that one part and stamping with it. I am not trying to get a perfect stamp. In fact, I don't even want that. I want partial. It looks like a star. It's just adding some interest. I think it's a compass there, and I'm just adding that to the background. And I actually like how it's incomplete. Some are darker, some are lighter. Variation makes for interest, I find. In all told, this page took about an hour. Now I'm using my script stamp and I'm stamping with it. Again, I want to grunge up that background and I want to build those layers. So different stamps, different layers. Now I want to bring out that texture, so I'm grabbing some Prussian blue here and I'm using a Ranger blending foam and I'm lightly going over that thick gesso that I stenciled with that calm stencil, and I'm adding that to it. It's adding a little bit darker blue, a bit of a haze, and it is bringing out the texture a little bit. But I'm not done. A little more edging on the page. So the background is approaching what I showed you at the beginning. But you just keep tweaking it till you get what works and look what's in your mind's eye. So here I've grabbed some gold on the blending foam and I'm adding that on top of the blue, and the texture's coming out a lot more. And I'm liking the shimmer look. That's making it look a little bit more ethereal. And then I look at the planet and I see that there's that bit of burnt sienna. So I grab the copper and I put that on the blending foam and I'm going over the textured areas. This copper is warming up this background. And it just made everything in my mind make it all come together. And it actually changed what I do in next steps. If you get it where you don't want it, you can wipe it off with the baby wipe. Because the Inktense blocks are permanent, everything underneath there is permanent. And I keep adding a little more copper to the textured areas, just building it up till I'm happy. Oh, I love the copper look. I don't reach for copper enough. And there we have kind of a close-up of the background before I put on the focal image. But I decide I'm going to also splatter, and this is introducing that copper color to that planet, because right now there really is very, very little of that color on there. It unifies everything. So my original plan was to make these three beings ivory or pearlescent, very light color. And once I introduced the copper, I decided, I'm going to see if I like them with the copper. So I used the stencil, and I'm using the blending foam and just stenciling them out. This is just on plain copy paper. It does wrinkle, so if you want to avoid the wrinkles, maybe do it on mixed media paper. I embrace the wrinkles, and it adds to it. Once I cut it out, I glue it down with my gel medium. I switched to gel medium. It just worked better. And then I am shading around these people using black acrylic paint and my angle brush. And this is really making these beings stand out. It just makes the world of difference to the focal image. I've been rearranging things in my studio, and I realized editing this video that I need to adjust where the camera is. It just got moved, so I apologize. You keep seeing my nose in the picture. And then I put black around the edge because it's just unifying. There's black around these beings, there's black around the planet. And I shade on the beings on that focal image and then beside it on the background. It's kind of a double shading, but I always like that look. So this sentiment comes from my Reach for the Stars sentiment pack, and that you can purchase as a digital download from NINNYSNAPKINS.com. There is a link in the description box. I didn't like all the white there. It just didn't seem to belong with this background because there's very, very little white. So I cut it off and separated the words a little bit to eliminate some of that white, and I'm gluing it down with my fluid matte medium. Once dry, I still didn't like the white, so I grabbed my Inktense blocks, the yellow, the blue. I'm activating it, and I'm just taking, knocking back that white so it blends a little bit more with the background and the feel of the page. So I'm adding a little bit of blue, a little bit of yellow. I even come in and I add some of the dark blue. Now, I like that because that it knocked back the white, so the white isn't so bright, but it also knocked back the faded lettering. So as I'm doing this, I'm thinking, what am I going to do? I want to see the letters, or is it okay the way it is? Undecided what to do with the letters. I am shading around the sentiment to have it match the shading around the focal images. Just making sure everything is working together. And you can see that galaxy stenciling that we did with black is there from the beginning. The stamping is all there, but it's all knocked back and it's all very subtle, but every single one of those adds an interesting layer to the background. So I'm thinking I'm done. I take off the tape, so I had to protect the coils. And then I decide I'm going to use that copper on a liner brush. I'm going to thin it down a little bit and paint the letters copper. That'll make them stand out a little bit, but not as much as black. Would you have used black? Still not sure I made the right decision, but so you see how adding that copper to the background to make the texture stand out changed the color of the beings. Then I've added it now to the color of the lettering. So be open to the possibilities of changing where you think you're going to go. So we're just about done here. So I'd like to thank you for joining me during this tutorial and for subscribing to my channel. There are close-ups. Until next time, go get creative.